Hello there everyone, and welcome back to this Chaos campaign, playing as Tzeentch. So we have progressed a bit. I've done a few turns just to get some stuff situated. We were forced to fall back here because of the invasion of the Dark Elves. And I'm not entirely sure yet how to deal with them. I would sort of want to see how many troops they brought, because they brought a lot of them. Then we were able to take this settlement, and hopefully we should be able to move from here with this army, although it's quite wounded or destroyed. I'm actually planning to move them across because there's a rebel settlement right here, and then we're gonna start marching this army up towards the Elven fort there. We're gonna leave some troops. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave these, the axe throwers, and then we will march up to attack them. And then we got these two armies right here, which will take this settlement. I think I can out-resolve this battle pretty easily. Well, there's some dangerous dudes actually. So we might just maybe pile this one on once we're ready. Ah, this one has a cannon. So we can go ahead and attack already, yeah. Smash! Very good. Soon there will be no Slaanesh left. We'll merge those two armies more or less to one, I think, and then we'll spread out, or we'll send mostly of the marauders down to this one, and then we can see about moving them across. We'll send the my priest over to take a look what's going on. Right, let's see, we want marauders. Marauder cavalry could be good actually, just sort of harassing the enemy. And then we'll march all of these. Actually, this guy will take control of that army. And this guy will stay to control the settlement. And then this guy should march on, take this settlement, and then I guess there's only this left. Then we got Corn, which still is alive and quite well, it seems, down here in Kislev land, where he has at least 2 settlements, as I've found out. Nordland is gonna take this from Kislev. I also sent my diplomat all the way through the lands of the Empire, and it turns out that Middenheim has fallen to Corn worshippers, so they get quite a bit of power from that as well. And you can see Middenheim there. Nordland though is holding. They've even built 2 forts just there, just to keep Corn and his troops out. And yeah, I don't think we can do anything more right now, so let's go ahead and then turn. Now I've actually started, I think I've said it, that I never really got into Rome or Attila, but that's not entirely true, because I think I actually did a Rome campaign, if I'm not mistaken. I did a hot seat one with McCabe that sort of fizzled out, and then I made oh, this place does not like its current situation. Let's take a look. So I have actually, and that's one of the things that when I started thinking about it, that I remember about what might happen with the new Total War. I think we'll wait and play the battle at the fort instead. Because I have done a few other titles that were like major titles that I started playing. For instance, what's it called? Rome was one, but also I played a bit of let's see, what's it called now again? The Witcher, yes, the new Witcher game. And as far as I didn't do anything like out of the ordinary, it was sort of standard style for mine, but because of the fact that there were so many people doing it, and there were a lot of other bigger YouTubers, people didn't really come to watch my videos, and I'm sort of worried that that might happen with Warhammer as well, that I will not get really any views for it. There's simply gonna be, you know, all the big famous Total Wars gonna do it, going to play it, and why would you watch? I got 2 shield maidens. Wow, great reward. We can send them down here to quell the rebellion, which is, damn. Why are they so mad? Here. Tax penalty. There we go. Now we're talking. We're about to rebel there. So I'm worried that maybe I really won't get any views at all. Or not at all, but very few, as I got with say the Witcher 3, or was it the 3? Or the newest Witcher anyways, because I think I've got, normally when I release a video I get at least 100 views maybe on the first day, depending on what it is, but at least that would be the mark. For the Witcher I think I got 10 views for the first day. Maybe I won't get that kind of
the ways are changing.
Maybe it won't be that bad for Warhammer, but it's still a concern. And with the limited amount of factions, there's only so much different I can do from the big YouTubers.
Tremble before our might, so that the anger of Hassan.
But anyways, I was actually playing a bit of Attila, trying to get into it, trying to work out how it works. And I was playing as the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantines, because I thought, why wouldn't I play as the big faction at the start, so I'll have a lot of problems to deal with going on the deep end. And it went pretty well until the Serenids attacked me out of the blue, but I sort of started to understand roughly how you would play it, and I imagine that Warhammer will be played in a sort of similar way to those games. And I guess maybe at this point I could go back to either Attila or Rome and make a campaign, because you don't have that sort of maybe saturation of campaigns going on in those games as you did at the actual launch of the game. But at the same time I want to keep Total War open, or the don't do too many sort of Total War campaigns before. It's not actually that long until Warhammer is set to release, so I might hold off on that unless I can somehow figure out how to make a really short campaign. But then what would be the point of that? I was actually thinking about doing Civilization 5. I played that a bit with a friend, and there are... I wouldn't do a full game, but there are scenarios for Civ 5 that I think could be handled quite quickly, or you could do them within a reasonable time frame. Because the problem that I would see with a Civ 5 is, of course, that it would go on forever, and it would be hard to keep sort of the excitement, well, not excitement up, but there wouldn't be a lot of stuff going on in the same way as maybe you know, Total War, where you would have the battles to mix up with the more strategical movements on the main map. What we'll do is we'll send all the Marauders this way, and then we'll send the Chaos Warriors and the Chaos Ogres through here. Feels kind of pointless to start shooting at the towers, but maybe we can just blow some stuff up to show them the might of chaos. So someone actually commented on one of my Warsword Conquest videos about the update they're making for that. And apparently they're gonna put in the Slavonians, and also they're going to fix a lot of bugs. And I've seen earlier that they're working on a lot of different maps to improve those. So that could be something that I could go back to. That, of course, is a mod for Mounted Blade. But looking at how it's going for in the 100 Years War and Twilight of the Sun King, I think those will be I will be be able to complete them pretty soon. Actually, are those ballistas actually firing at? No. Smash, smash, smash. Oh, we broke down the tower. They're still firing at it though. I was hoping that maybe I'd miss the tower and you had the shot going in over, and I would sort of sit here, build like this, and then the shot would go and hit the tower. City's on fire! I wonder how they're gonna do that in Warhammer, because in Rome, Attila, you have those places that they don't really have proper walls. They don't have a gate to seal them off, which in the beginning I think is quite annoying, because you can't really get a garrison big enough to actually defend any of these smaller places, and they're easily raided by all the bloody barbarians. But I'd find it very unlikely that any place in the Warhammer world wouldn't build a proper wall to defend itself, given what kind of monsters lurk out there.
Praise the gods.
Ah, the Marauders have done their work.
And we's the meanest.
I've been upgrading my capital quite a lot, so I'm hoping that we'll see quite a lot of different improvements to the armor of the troops I'm recruiting there. Also, I think I've reached like the highest level there, so I guess that would be gold armor for the capital. Thank you, fire at that thing. So that will be interesting to see, because I liked when I saw, what was it? It was some axe throwers that I'd upgraded. So they had upgraded armor, which is a really nice feature for medieval. Which I think I've said that I don't know how many times. I've said that was one of that's a really nice feature, and I think rather than, and it's a good way to have, you know, sort of upgrade those low-end units you start off with, and they don't become obsolete. That you would be able to upgrade their armor and their weaponry, and the fact that it would be visible in the game. But that would take a lot of work. But if you only have, say, 3 or 4 factions which you're building, you could easily, do that. Which I think they probably should have done that in Shogun, because there weren't that many different units, because everyone had the same. So they probably could have done that in Shogun. But then in most other Total Wars, or all of them except for medieval, I guess, it's a bit too much maybe to work on those improvements. But it is a very nice feature. I've noticed that I've lost a lot of Chaos Ogres, which just goes to show the strength of the the High Elves. I'm about to say Dark Elves. Let's see if we can break these guys up a bit, so we'll charge in, so we get in among everything. So we break their formations. There we go. So now we got troops everywhere, all over the place, surrounding the high elf troops. Everyone else is falling except for the Phoenix Guard, which is still standing. They held their formation, unlike the other troops that I managed to destroy. Is the general still alive? I can't really tell which one is the general. I don't think I've killed the general, so he might be still be in there somewhere. Let's have the general come in and watch the slaughter.
Move upon them!
Looks like there might be. Ah, there goes the general. Looks like they were they were moving to help out the general, or maybe if they were moving to go inside the castle.
Move upon them!
But now they're falling. There's only 2 left. Now there's only 1 left. And down he goes. Shout out in joy, for the Horde has won. Woe, oh well, the age of mortals is coming to an end. Time passes into oblivion. The star laps in the sky. And the fort has fallen. Look, they have lots of fruity... wait, brothel? They have an elven brothel? That's interesting. There's not something you really think about when you think about the elves, that they would have a brothel. But the high elves do. I'm not sure if I should keep these. Wait, I can recruit heretic swordmen from this place? Interesting. Right. Let's see if you can't find... Ah, it's down here. Yeah, it's down here. The next fort. Keep a vigil over the land. Yeah, the dwarves have built a mighty road there, leading up to our gravel. Siegfried of Joask, warriors of Corn, won over Drahathenil, High Elf expedition. That was 2524. Which year is it now? Can you see that? I don't know, where do you see that? Anyways, it was quite some time ago. See, one of my battles. It's all, maybe it's all always 24. Maybe they haven't bothered putting that. No, 23. So there is 24. That would be quite recently, though. They have some sort of plague going on in that place. See, we'll take those units which are ready, merging with this army, and then he will ready to go across. We'll need 3 units, and then we will be ready. And then it's this place. To march on to this. And then push Slaanesh out of this realm here. Right, let's go ahead and turn. Silly little dwarf is running away. Ah, they have nothing there. I could easily take that. Oh, there's another one. Question is if the fort would rebel if I left it. I don't think it has that great of an influence of our religion. No, Elven Pantheon. It's 30%. Oh, Chaos Cult is 37 though. There's a bit of religious unrest. but not that bad. But a lot of the power comes from the garrison. But I could easily move on and take the next one. We'll leave some troops behind though, to guard the settlement. And then quickly can take out this dwarf. Norse dwarf warrior. Interesting. What does it say about the Norse? These dwarves were cut off from their southern brethren. Over the centuries they evolved a culture and language different from that of the dwarves that live further south. In many ways they resemble the Norsemen in expression, arts and temperament. One of the main differences with the southern brethren is with the technology Norse dwarf use. The key turning point in -1896 IC, when the dwarves in Norska were completely cut off from the old world by warp storms. This led to them becoming completely self-sufficient through their technology level stagnated. This stagnation came about for two reasons. Firstly, they were cut off from the engineer guilds to the south and therefore missed out on many dwarf guild developments in engineering, cultural based more around woodstone rather than metal and black powder. Although the guilds are aware of gunpowder, its use is frowned upon as being untrue to the spirit of the Norse dwarf pioneers. Anyways, they're dead now. They're very dead, I must say. Let's build something to change the minds of the population. A marble mine, that's good. We gained a lot of coin from this place. Almost 3,000. Question if I should start marching this army out. If this place can, yeah, this place can hold its own. So we'll start marching to destroy that settlement. Go ahead and end turn. What did I send that for? Oh yeah, that was the shield maidens that I sent. Were I given gold? Good. The council is impressed with your leadership. Oh, look at that. The dark elves stand in our way. We'll have to face them off in battle. Question if I could send the marauder portion of this army. We have a general here. If we could send the marauder portion of the army to actually come against this, or to seek engagement against the dark elf, just to weaken them a bit, while I build up a stronger army of proper warriors. Also, I want to start looking to recruit people here, so we can probably should get these leather armor and stuff. Arch stables. Let's get the smithies going, so we can upgrade our troops there. See what the next dwarf holds. The dwarf holds. We lost quite a few men in this battle actually, or in that battle. I was hoping to maybe be able to move on, but it doesn't look as though I will be able to. We're gonna need barracks to recruit troops here. We can bring up some from down here actually. And they will join this army and continue on and take this place. And this army should be ready to board and cross the sea. And then they can link up. They can link up over here. Once these two armies, they will take that, and this army will take that, and then we'll continue on through. Wipe out the Dark Elf and the Slaanesh, and then we will have complete control over the sea here. And then we can see about going into Kislev and making our way towards the Empire. We see a big portion of land down here for some reason. We do have quite a bit of coins. I could start recruiting stuff, but looking at the time here, it looks as though we're ran out of time. So, I hope you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you for the next one. Bye.